All
Yes,
right.
we're good.
Yes.
We're good.
Success. Well, awesome. Awesome. Barb, does anybody want to say anything before we go? Get going? Anybody before we get started real quick? No? Okay. Can you see when people are coming in? You probably have it now.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Excellent. All right, guys. Well, we're super excited that you guys are back. This is episode 4. Can you believe this is the 4th one we've had already for our team training and stuff? So super excited to be here with you guys tonight. We definitely have some momentum building here on our team. And I like to start everyone with a recap and a little bit of story about the genesis of why we're doing this. Hillary and Barb and myself and a few others really wanted a way to reach out to our own team and start doing some trainings that would allow us to hear each and every one of you each week and also give a little bit of training. And when we started talking about the training, what we decided to do was go back to square one for everybody. I mean, I don't care if you've been in networking for a long time or you just got started in networking. What it comes down to is having more conversations, So we kind of put together a little blueprint, if you will. As a carpenter, I love that sound, a blueprint. And we call it playing 21 every day so you can ABC, then 1, 2, 3. That simply means reach out to 2 people every day and talk to 1 person. If you do that, put a link, a physical link on a calendar, and you have won the day. By doing that, you can do A, which is ask questions, have more conversations. And when you're doing that, maybe they'll reveal a pain point or a passion point. Maybe they'll give you an opportunity. They'll open the door for you. What's going on with you, Randy, Hillary, Barb? What's going on with you? What's new? And they'll give you an opportunity to share what's going on with you. And you can share this travel opportunity with them. So that's opening the door. And the B part is build value and interest with a solution for their problem. Invite them, the inviting piece, to watch a video. Invite them to watch a live Zoom presentation. That's the B piece. And then the C is connect, to connect them with your sponsor or your upline or somebody to help with a 3-way call. Tonight, we wanted to talk about once they've made that decision that they want to join you, after we get them signed up, we want to have this little interview with them to kind of set the right expectations. And any of you that have been in the business for a long time, maybe you got a piece of this a long time ago, maybe you never have. But I think it's really important. By the way, everything we're doing, everything from the Play 21 every day to ABC and 1, 2, 3, all these things are coming from bona fide network marketing success leaders across the board. None of this stuff's coming from me. I'm not creating this stuff. It all works. All we need to do is kind of implement it in a way that I think will help everybody. Play 21 every day so you can 1, 2, ABC, then 1, 2, 3 as a concept. If you'll just keep thinking about that every day, play 21 so I can ABC, then 1, 2, 3. The 1, 2, 3 part is simply starting them right, getting them started in the business. Okay. Our interview piece, this is what I want to talk about tonight. It comes from Eric Worre. It's in chapter 6 of GoPro. If you don't have this book, you can get this book or you can get it on YouTube and listen to it. I think there's a number of ways you can get it. But Eric Worre's business, when he was getting started, it never took off until he got this piece right when he signed someone up. Okay. So what we have decided to do and what we're trying to teach people to do if you want to use this idea, this Play 21, is that we need to slow down and go back. And when we start somebody, we want to go deep with them. Step 1 is you plus 3. In our compensation plan, in our binary, the way our company plan is developed, you plus 3 unlocks everything. Okay. The 3, it gets your membership paid for on an ongoing basis and unlocks a $50 a direct sell bonus. That's $150 for those 3, right? And it gets your membership paid for on an ongoing basis and unlocks the $100 compensation at 1 star. So everything we do here is you plus 3. It's you plus 3. That's the first step. So when we're signing someone up and we're having this little 5-minute interview with them, we want to identify some things. The first thing we want to do, guys, in this little interview is we want to welcome them. We want to make sure they feel great about the decision that they made to come here and be with us and spend some time and build this with us, right? We want to make them feel good about their decision for sure, and that we're going to be here. The next thing we want to do is identify, hey, would you like to get your membership paid for? Okay, because that's important. Would that be valuable to you? That part right there is really going to determine where we're going to go with it when we're doing this little interview piece. Typically, when we sign them up, we want to know that up front, because that $79 is what allows them to market the business, gives them the license to go out and share this with people, and for Trevorium to say thank you and pay them a commission. That's what the $79 does each year. So when we know that up front and we say to them, hey, you know, would you like to get your membership paid for? And they say, yes, I would. Then simply say, well, we've got a 30-day challenge. The company has a 30-day challenge. I've been talking a lot, guys, sorry. The company has a 30-day challenge. If you get your 3, if you sponsor 3 with our help in the first 30 days, you're going to get $150 back. You're going to get your membership paid for on an ongoing basis. And you're going to unlock this compensation plan if you decide to build this. Okay? So that's what we want to do. We want to know if they want to go for it. Are you just here to be a customer? You really want to just use this and check it out? Or do you want to build this as a business, part of this interview process? And if they say they want to build this and they want to get their 3 in the first 30 days and take the 30-day challenge, which I highly recommend everybody does it, because there's a no lose with it. Doesn't matter. If they get their 3, fantastic. If they don't, they're not hurt. So setting the right expectations. When we sign people up, guys, we need to make sure that they know that this opportunity, whether or not they're successful or not, is going to depend 100% on them. Okay? We are here to help them. We're here to help them, but we can't do it for them. Okay? Jim Rohn used to say you could carry 1 person, maybe 2 people on your back, but you can't carry 3. Okay? So you really need to encourage them from the very beginning. Whether or not you succeed at this or whether or not you fail is really going to be determined by your own effort. But we are going to be here to help you. We're going to be here to guide you all the way. Our goal is to help you become independent as soon as possible. I mean, wouldn't you agree that's a good thing? The reason you would like to have that independence, I know, but when I was working in construction, I had a boss, right? I wish I was independent. I wish I didn't have to answer to my boss all the time, right? Well, here, we're going to teach you and guide you so that you can become independent as soon as possible. And as soon as you become independent, guess what you get to do? You get to help the people that you're bringing in learn how to become independent and take control, okay? The next thing we want to let them know is that there are going to be ups and there are going to be downs with this, just like anything they've ever done in their life. Just like anything else, there's going to be ups and there's going to be downs. We want to make sure they know. We will know when you're not having a good day or week, when we don't hear from you, when you're not showing up at Zooms, when you're not asking questions. When those things happen, and it happens to everyone, everybody goes through it, how do you want me to handle that? Do you want me to just leave you alone? Or would you like me to gently remind you of why you decided to do this in the first place? What would you like me to do? So we're setting the right expectations, okay? We're telling them it's going to be ups and downs. We're telling them everything relies on them, but we're here to help, okay? And how do they want us to help them? Do they want us to leave them alone? Do they want us to be persistent and remind them about why they're doing this? So there will be ups and downs, guys. And then after that, we want to make sure we get them started right, okay? And getting started right. This little piece of the puzzle, from the beginning, I've deferred people to learnthistraining.com because we really didn't have a step-by-step way. In learnthistraining.com that was put together by Daryl and Maria Roberts, they have a checklist. It's already been made for us, guys. You can go right down the checklist. This is your sponsor. This is their phone number. This is your ambassador's phone number. You can go right down the list, and everything in there is excellent. So as far as getting them started, I would make sure that they have that as a resource, learnthistraining.com, and you can go right down through the checklist and it will help you get started. Then we just need to identify what is it, how fast do they want to build this business? Do you want to just, or you just want to put your toes in the water here? Do you really want to go for it? Because if you want to go for it, it's kind of like a plane. Eric Worre talks about kind of like a plane trying to take off, right? Imagine you're on a plane, and the captain comes on and says, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I have to tell you that we need to conserve some fuel for this flight. And so we're just going to try to take off at about quarter throttle. How would you feel about that? I would be like, heck no, get me off this plane, right? What do you mean quarter throttle? If I'm going to take off in this plane, it's going to be full throttle, right? And that's how a plane flies. That's how your business can fly. So if your intention is to grow this rapidly, and you really want to go for this, that's the kind of mentality you have to have. You can't hold back on your invitations. You can't hold back on anything you're doing to build the business. You got to go full throttle. You got to let everybody know what you're doing. You got to be you got to be playing 21 and then some. 21 is bare minimum. But if you want to blast this, it's 21 and then some, So anyways, that part is really important to have. It only takes like 5 minutes to set the right expectations, to let them know we are here to do it with them, but not for them. They have to do their own push-ups, right? There are resources here for them, right, that they can leverage. We want to make sure that they know, and it's right there on learnthistraining.com, are all the times and the dates of the Zooms that are going on, okay? Every day, the trainings that are happening, it's all right there for us. So we should leverage that tool. Don't try to create something. It's already been done, okay? Cynthia, also our ambassador, has her own trainings going on Wednesday, Thursday. Leverage those too, okay, guys? The events, leverage the events, right? So the purpose of that 5-minute interview is to set the right expectation with the person that's coming in, to make sure they know that this isn't a lottery ticket. Unfortunately, there's a lot of that in this industry. You're not just going to come here. Like Don Thala says, it's like getting in a car. You're going to take a trip from rainy, Washington down to sunny San Diego when you're building this business, okay? But the car is not an automatic. You have to shift gears. You got to put it in gear. You got to do some work to get there. We have the vehicle that will get you there, but you still have to do the work, right? So we just need to make sure that they have the right expectations. Unfortunately, you hear this all the time in this industry. Oh, just get in, just get a spot, and people will just fall under you magically, okay? We want to make sure that they understand that there's 3 ways that you can build this compensation plan. Number 1, you can sponsor people. Number 2, the people you sponsor can sponsor people. And number 3, people above you can sponsor people. But do not rely on that. Do not start this business with that in your mind. That is a gift from above. That is a true blessing when one comes in from above, okay? If it's to be, it's up to me. Have that mentality from the very beginning. So set that expectation. If this is going to be, if this is going to work, it's going to be up to you, but I'm going to be right here running alongside you. Hillary, Barb, whoever your sponsor is going to be right here running along with you, okay? So that's really the 5-minute interview part of it. It's not the deep dive part, guys. There's a part where you want to spend about a half hour, and we're going to talk about that next week, where you do a Freedom Day call. A Freedom Day call, okay? This is where you and your sponsor call them, and you go down through a list of their goals, what they want to do, where they want to hit. They want to hit 1 star, 2 star. What's your goal? What's your number? That's a Freedom Day call. If somebody wants this, then they're going to want to have this call with you about how we can go through the comp plan and go, okay, this point gets you here, this point gets you there, this point gets you there. That's what you want to do with your sponsor with them, right? You want to drive it deep and help them understand how to do that. We're also going to do a call on the compensation plan. We're going to deep dive the compensation plan. And our comp plan is relatively simple, guys. It's just 2 legs, and how it pays out is relatively simple, but there are some little nuances to doing it. Okay? But in the beginning, when somebody asks me, well, how do I make money in this? Okay? It's easy. You make money by you going to work. Okay? If you work, the compensation plan works. Does that make sense? If you go to work and do the basic things, if you're playing 21 every day, 21 so you can ABC in 1, 2, 3, guess what? The compensation plan will kick in. And those people that are doing it are seeing that. The comp plan will kick in and catch up. So you'll play U plus 3, then you'll help them get their 3. That unlocks the weekly commissions and the daily pay and the bonuses. So everything has a purpose. It's just boop, 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 boop. Okay. Now, what's I want to say about the compensation plan? Well, we're going to go over the bonuses and stuff like that when we go through the compensation plan. We're going to also do a deep dive on how to really use the binary to your advantage as you're growing. In the beginning, you're going to build your outside left and your outside right, and it's automatically set up in your back office. When someone's in the waiting room, when you're going to place them, it will tell you left or right, but there's an auto switch there where you can do some auto placing, you know, where you want to manually place people. And there is a strategy for that. But the reason the company is set it up so auto left and auto right is because we have a balanced binary. That means in order for you to rank up and make money, we have to have the same amount of volume on each side. So it's automatically set up so you can go outside left and outside right, making sure that you're building that. And those will build momentum coming down through there like that. So this week, for tonight, that little 5-minute piece is really important once they get signed up to get them started right. You can go back and you can re-listen to this. You can go right into Eric Worre's book and go to chapter 6, starting them right. It's all right there, guys. So anyways, that's all on the training tonight. Before we get out of the training, let's recap, okay? Repetition is the mother of learning. It's the father of action, making it the architect of accomplishment. Spaced repetition is even better. So spaced repetition says, if I set an alarm clock on my watch or my iPhone for every 2 hours or whatever, and that goes off, and I do my activity every 2 hours or every morning, lunch, dinner, if I do that more often in a spaced manner, I will learn faster. I will learn faster. You can use spaced repetition to learn the compensation plan. You can use it to learn inviting. You can use it to learn just about anything. So, but the repetition part is what's important. Play 21 every day so I can ABC, then 1, 2, 3. Play 21 every day so I can ABC, then 1, 2, 3. Okay. So I think that's it on the training this week. We wanted to get to some questions, I'm sure. We're doing good, so we're less than a half hour in. So yeah, if you guys want to open it up for some questions, some wins, some challenges you've had this week, whatever, open it up.
Thank you, Randy, for
Yeah,
that. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Anybody have any questions on the training? Any wins for the week? I know I saw a question here from somebody. Just go ahead and unmute yourself if you want to come on.
Nobody had any challenges? Nobody had any wins last week?
It was a perfect week.
Everything was perfect for you last week? You had no struggles?
I'd
No,
like
I
to
got a lot
share.
of,
Okay, here we go.
I have a lot of people coming to me asking about it. You send them the information and then they don't view it.
Okay,
I will
okay,
go back to them.
yeah,
I'm keeping pictures of them people because they're not on my Facebook.
okay. Okay, so Brenda, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is where we need to break down our invitation and make sure that we're following up with them. Okay? However you invited them to watch the video,
Mm-hmm.
or however you invited them to participate in a Zoom.
I
and
did
you
both.
Okay, you did both. Did you say to them, you know, say they were gonna watch the video in it's 10 minutes long. You want to make sure you say, if I send
I
it to you now, when do you think you can watch it? Did you do that?
No.
Okay, so this is really
They say
important.
they're interested, and then I say, let me send you some short videos. After you watch that, if you want to join a Zoom, you can sit back and watch and learn the platform. Just let me know, and I send the videos. But then
Okay.
never do anything.
Okay, this is perfect, and this is why nothing's happening. This was step B. This was step B. Okay, we heard what they said. We offered a solution that would be a solution to their problem if they would watch a video or if they would participate in a Zoom. So I say, Hillary, I say, if I sent you a 10-minute video that kind of explains how you could do more of what you want to do, would you watch it?
Okay.
She says, sure. Now I say to her, fantastic. If I send it to you now, when do you think you can watch it for sure? Now what we're doing is we're putting it on them to watch it now. And they say, oh, gee, 10 minutes long. Tell you what, I can watch it. I'll probably have watched by noon today. Fantastic. So I'll give you a ring, like 12:30. You'll have watched it for sure, right? Yes. Ring, ring. You call them up at 12:30. Hey, it's Brenda. I'm just calling you back like I said I would. So what we're doing here, guys, is we're putting it back in, all the control back on us. We made the
Okay, but I can't call
invitation.
them. I don't have their number, but I
Okay,
can
but
message them.
you can message them, right? So you just message them. You use the same verbiage. I'm following up with you. I'm connecting with you like I said I would. Did you get a chance to watch the video? Oh, no, I didn't. No worries. It happens to me too. When do you think you can watch it for sure? For sure. And you just keep going down that list until they either don't call you back, right? But what you're doing is you're setting the right expectations from the beginning with your invitation. We talked about this, I think, the second week. When you send your invitation, expect that they are not going to watch it. Just expect that. But when you say, if I send it to you now, when do you think you could watch it for sure? And they give you a time, you simply say, fantastic. I'll give you a ring back at such and such time to see what you like best about it. They're going to say, okay. And then you ring them back and you say, hey, it's Brenda. I'm just giving you a ring back to see what you like best about the video I sent you. Like I said I would, did you get a chance to watch it? Or text it to them. They're going to say, oh, no, something happened, whatever. No problem. I get it. Happens to me too. When do you think you can watch it for sure? For sure. You guys, this little piece right here is what's hanging a lot of people up, because what we're doing is we're giving them some information, but we're not following up in a way that puts it back on them. We're following up in a way that they feel good about it and we feel good about it because we're doing what we said we would do. So when you put that invitation out there, make sure you say, when do you think you could watch it for sure? If they're going to a Zoom tonight, can you watch the Zoom tonight at such and such time? Fantastic. I tell you what, I'll give you a ring at 8:30 to see what you like best about it. Okay. Okay. Ring, ring, 8:30. Hey, John, it's Randy. Just giving you a ring back like I said I would. I really wanted to see what you thought about that Zoom. Oh man, I had a flat tire. No problem. I get it. It happens to me too. Tell you what, there's another Zoom tomorrow night at such and such time. Do you think you can watch that tomorrow night? Sure thing. Fantastic. I'll give you a ring back at 8:30 tomorrow night to see what you like best about it. And you just keep going down that line with them, guys. So I think we get kind of lost when we get excited. I get it. This is what happens to me too. You get excited. Somebody said yes. They want to watch your video. They want to come to a Zoom, but then we don't do that little follow-up piece with them. They said they would watch it. You said you would follow up at such and such time to see what they like best. You need to make sure you follow up with them at such and such time, expecting that they did not watch it. So you have the right intention. You just know they're not going to watch it and say, hey, it happens to me too. So I hope that answers that question, Brendan. I think you're going to see your numbers go up when you put that on them like that. And when your follow-up is like that, whether it's on the phone, whether it's a text message, if you'll keep following up like that with them, eventually they will either watch it or they just won't answer you, period. Okay. So does anybody else, does that help, Brenda? Does it help clarify how you hold them accountable and yourself for your invitation?
Yes, but now what do I do? Since I've already done it this way, not the way you're saying. So I'll just reach back out to them and say, have
Yep.
you had the opportunity to watch the videos?
Yeah, you need to go backwards with it. Go back to another invitation with them. But this time, if they say, they're either going to say they watched it or they didn't watch it. Okay. Set a
Or not
time.
answer.
Yeah. Oh, they don't answer? All you can do is keep trying, in that case. But that's why this slowing down, like what we're trying to do here, we're trying to help everybody do something that they can do. Not everybody can be a social media guru and do things on social media, but everybody can get on the phone. Everybody can send a text, but it's the way you do it when you send that invite.
Okay.
Send you that invite. So on your next ones, be just disciplined with it. Disciplined. If I send you a 10-minute video, if I send it to you now, when do you think you could watch it for sure? They're going to say, 10 minutes. I can watch it today sometime. No problem. I'll tell you what, if I call you back at 9, you'll have seen it for sure, right? Oh yeah, by 9 for sure. Fantastic. I'll ring you at 9. Then you ring them, knowing they haven't watched it. Just knowing, because you're ready. See, you're ready. I get it. Happens to me too. It's life, right? Tell you what, when do you think you could watch it for sure? For sure. They will understand that and be like, yeah, it's on me. I'll tell you what, I'll watch it tonight. Give me a ring back in the morning. Fantastic. I'll give you a ring back in the morning to see what you like best. Ring, ring in the morning. It's Brenda. Hey, I just wanted to follow up with you and find out what you like best about the video I sent you, like I said I would last night. That's how you do it until they actually watch it. Now, see, we can't even get to the point where we can answer their questions if they don't see the video, if they don't watch the Zoom. That's why it's so important when we're inviting people. We don't really want to do a 3-way call until they have seen something.
Right.
Imagine,
Right.
Brenda, that you're trying to do a 3-way call for somebody in your organization and they haven't seen anything.
No.
Now
don't do
you
that.
have to be the expert on everything, right?
Right.
That's why we want to make sure when we invite them that it's either to a video or a Zoom that does the heavy lifting for us. And our part is just the follow-up part. That's it. If we'll slow down, as soon as they say yes, now you want to dial in the follow-up time. Yes, I can watch it. Fantastic. It's only 10 minutes long. Tell you, when do you think you can watch it for sure? I can watch it tonight. Great. I'll give you a ring back about 8 o'clock to see what you like best. Will that work? Yes, fantastic. I'll ring you back then. Ring, ring. It's Brenda, hey, I'm just calling you back to see what you like best about that video I sent you, like I said I would. Those little words are really important, guys. Like I said I would, you know, that they realize, oh, this person's serious, and this is a professional approach. You know, they're just not throwing an invitation out there and have no follow-up. So if you slow down, as soon as someone says yes, now the work begins. Now we dial in that time to call them back, knowing they won't watch it, but you're ready. When do you think you can watch it? For sure, for sure. I know things happen. I can watch it at this time. Fantastic. Give you a ring back at such and such time. You'll have watched it for sure. Yes. Fantastic. And you just keep going down that line. So that's how you want to do it.
I like to
Another-
add something to that,
Yeah.
if
Yes,
I
go ahead,
could.
Barb. Yeah.
Just Barb. Another thing is like, you got to think of this as a business. A lot of you think this is like a hobby. And if you switch your mindset over to a business, just think about how, if you're working with someone and they're, I don't know, let's say they're a claims person or they're at your dentist's office or whatever the case, when they call you and they're going to say they're going to call you back, how do you feel when they do that? So that's like, they treat it like a business, then people are going to respect you, the fact that you're operating like a business. If you treat it like a hobby, you're going to get people that treat it like a hobby. They're just going to contact you back whenever they have spare time. But if you work it like a business, like a dentist office or, you know, I don't know, a claims adjuster or whatever, they work it like a business because it is a business. So, and so is this. So treat it that way. Just switch that mindset over to that this is a business and I'm going to treat it like a business.
Great, great.
Excellent. Excellent words. Absolutely.
I have
Absolutely.
something to add to that too, because I don't know if this is happening for anybody else, but I get impatient because the process of what Randy's saying doesn't always happen the moment you message them. It could be days, it could be weeks. I've sent the video to somebody, they watched the video. I did a 3-way. Now we're trying to get her on something else. And it's literally like, and they're busy, successful people. And I want those people on my team. So takes patience and knowing kind of how to further it along. But definitely if you guys have ideas around that, or is anybody else dealing with that, where it's not like you get the appointment the moment you message them. It's kind of rare, I think.
Remember, it's about connection. It's about creating relationships. And yes, this is a business, but how would you feel if a business was just treating you just like a transaction? You wouldn't like that. People like to buy
True.
things, they don't like to be sold.
True.
So
Very
connect
true.
with them, be friends with them, treat it like a business and follow up with them, and you're going to get different results.
Very true. Very true. Guys, the 3 most important words in network marketing are understand, patience, and duplication. 90% of people don't even understand what network marketing really is about, and that it does take patience. It's going to take patience on your time. They're going to have patience. And if you can't do those 2 things, you will never be able to duplicate that process. That's the 3rd most important word. Everything we do, what we're trying to teach, what we're trying to help with, these are all duplicatable things that you can do. You can do. You don't have to be a social media guru. You don't have to be an expert at this, you know, funnel system or whatever. These are just basic fundamentals that you can do. And that's why we're just starting here at the bare minimum to help people with whatever we can to get your conversations up. Get your conversations up. So if it seems like we're going back and we're going back and we're going forward and we're going back, we're doing that for a reason, because it takes patience. Patience to learn it in the beginning. Remember, some of you don't have Don Fala's book yet. I highly recommend you get it, the 45-second presentation. If you're coming at this with a salesman kind of an attitude where I'm anxious, I just need to build this. What happens is you're adding people. If you're good, you're adding people. You're good in one way. You're adding. in a line, but you're not going deep, guess what happens when the next line comes? Now that foundation starts to crack, and you start adding more people, and it cracks because you're putting weight on something that you never slowed down and helped them go deep. U plus 3. U plus 3, then they do U plus 3. Then they do U plus 3. It's more important. That's why we say it's more important that you help someone that you just got started sponsor someone than you go out and sponsor someone else. Because it's the turtle and the hare. The turtle will catch up very quickly. They start out slow in the beginning because their foundation, they're putting their foundation in, you're going deep, right? Then you hit bedrock, about 120 people, and then boom, 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 boom. In most companies, 120. Not here. Not here. We're very fast. Here we're 16. You get to 1 star. But you see what I'm saying? So patience, understand, and duplication. Slow down. Make sure your invitation is right. Okay. Make sure your follow-up time is right. Knowing they're not going to watch it. Treat it like a business, not like a hobby. Treat that person just like you would want to be treated, like Barb said. And then when you have the people, like Hillary said, and we all have them, which, you know, they're gone, or they give you 2 weeks out, or whatever the date may be, or they didn't even give you a date. You just have to have the patience to keep following up with them until you do get one. I told this story, I think week 1 or week 2. Say you ask somebody if they, you know, will watch this, and maybe it's one of your friends, and they say, yeah, I'll watch it over Thanksgiving, you know, and it's spring. Fantastic. I'll tell you what, I'll give you a ring on Thanksgiving Day, and you write it down. And on Thanksgiving Day, guess what? You give them a ring. That's how you do this business. It doesn't matter what they say, so take the pressure off. If I ask you, I got a 10-minute video I can send you, when do you think you could watch it for sure? And they say, gosh, I'm really busy. Tell you what, I'll get to it next week. Fantastic. Next week, which day next week will you have watched it for sure? Monday. Fantastic. I'll give you a ring back on Monday. They could have just easily said 2 weeks out. I'm 2 weeks out. Fantastic. 2 weeks out. What day 2 weeks out works for you? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. See what I'm saying? Patience. Whatever they say, go with it. And then you do your part by following up like you said you would. And when they answer, they'll be like, oh man, that's right. I forgot all about that. Or, oh, I had a flat tire. No problem. Happens to me too. Tell you what, if I, you know, when do you think you can watch it? For sure, for sure. They'll give you another time. And you just keep going. But you got to have patience with this process. Patience. Patience will pay off, because if you do U plus 3 and you teach them to do U plus 3, that teaching model is going to go deep. That's why I would rather have an entire organization of coaches and teachers than salesmen, because they know how to teach. They know it takes patience. They know they're teaching duplication, right? So great question. Brenda, that was a great question, because I think there's a lot of people that have that same concern. Yeah.
I did something today. This is Barb again, and it really, really worked, because I just signed up my friend that I've been talking to for probably about a year now, and she was with me with another travel company, so she already knew how this worked. But I wanted to show her how different the comp plan was, like how different it was from the other company. And so what I did is I sat down with her and I just said, okay, let's say you sign up today, the 10th. I give you until the 14th to get your 3. Let's just say, hypothetically, give you a week to get your 3. On the 15th, you're going to start making $445. So that gives you 17 days in the month of March. So that gives you $75.65 of money in your pocket that's going to go towards your membership. Plus, for each person that you get $50. So that's $150. So right there, you're at $225.65 making for the month just by getting your 3. And when she saw the math, numbers don't lie. And it just opened her eyes, and she says, yeah, I want to do this. So even like just taking out a piece of paper and scribbling, doing some math, like it totally got her.
That's fantastic, Barb. Absolutely. And that's duplicatable, right?
Mhm.
And it's going to be different for every person, guys. You may not have someone with you where you can get out your paper, and or you may not be confident enough yet to do that. And that's why you want to be able to make a call. Someone says, hey, can you show me how I can make money with this? And you're like, well, I'm really excited. I just got started with this. I don't know quite enough how to show that to you, but my friend Randy does. Let me get him on the phone. My friend Hillary does. My friend Sarah knows how to show you that. Let's get him on the phone. Let's do a Zoom. So you just be excited. You know, don't think that you don't know the compensation plan, so you can't show it, you can't share it. All you have to do is be excited, and then you can leverage me, Hillary, Barb, Sarah, Cynthia, Todd, right on up the chain, guys.
But
So
we do have charts that kind of show that.
we do, and
And
we
that's
have
what
a
I just shared with somebody on
Yeah,
text on my phone.
Mhm.
fantastic. Did you follow up with them?
Yeah, he's with another company,
Okay, that's good. Did you?
and
There,
he
there
didn't
is the
want
comp. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
to. His first statement was he didn't go want to be in a binary company. Then he tells me who he's with, and he's with a binary company.
See, and then so for us, the reason I like sharing Travorium.com/compensation,
I
the
shared that.
video, you shared the video.
Yep.
If you shared that video with him and he's in a binary, he just doesn't, he's just making excuses. He
Yep.
doesn't want to be here.
Yep.
Fine. You know, fantastic.
Who is he with?
Yeah, because there isn't anybody out there that really has a binary that can compete with what we have here
Intel.
as early as we have.
Yeah, I was
That
talking to
pays out
someone
as fast.
this week
Yeah.
from Intel, and they're kids, but they don't really want to talk to me. It's so funny. Like, I don't bite, I promise.
That was great, Brenda. That was really great. You sent that compensation plan video to him, because
Mhm.
if he was open and he really wanted to know what we had, he would have been like, wow, that's amazing. But
Yep.
if he watched it, I'm thinking maybe he didn't even watch it, but if he did watch it, at least you planted a seed. And when the time is right, if something happens in his business or whatever, he's going to be like, huh, I wonder if that thing Brenda sent me really is true. I'm going to reach out to her and ask her.
He actually texted me, reached
Oh,
out to me.
fantastic. Fantastic.
I don't know where he got my number.
Well,
That's amazing.
that is amazing.
A really good connection.
That was great.
So I find that third party edification sometimes makes a difference. Have you gotten him on a three-way, Brenda?
No. No. This just happened right when you guys came on Zoom. That's how quick.
That's amazing. That's a
I was
really
on there at your Zoom with him.
Awesome.
good
Awesome.
job. Good job. You definitely report back next week. Let us know how it goes.
Yeah. Hopefully he takes the time to watch them.
I
Yeah,
know
for sure.
Stacy had a question too. Do you want to come on, Stacy, and ask it? She's still on?
Let's see. Stacy, are you still Stacy Meany? I don't see her.
I'm still here.
Oh, there she is.
No, I had a question. I've had two get on Zooms this week, or two last night and one the other night, but they're so long, they can't stay on. They get frustrated and they get off after about 30, 45 minutes because they go on for an hour, sometimes hour and a half. And so that's the problem I'm running into.
Okay.
So when you run into that and then you follow up, with them after the Zoom to kind of see like, hey, what do you like best? And then they kind of just ghost you and they say, oh, it's food for thought, basically. Like, oh, it's interesting, kind of let me think about it. So how long do you wait to follow up with them after that? And, how long would you wait? And what would you kind of say as a comeback to get them on a three-way call?
Oh, that's a great question. Obviously, you want to follow up with them as soon as possible after the Zoom or the video. And I agree with you. I think that our Zooms are getting too long. That's why I like Todd's Wednesday one's about 30 to 40 minutes max. And he's out of
Yeah.
there. He's in and he's out. and gives all the information necessary, boom, boom, boom. I think the testimonial parts are important, but a lot of people, like you said, it's hard to stay on there for an hour, you know, or more. But
I
Yeah,
thought
because by that
Yeah.
time they're too tired to get on the phone afterward. It's
Right.
Yeah,
too
9
late.
o'clock on East
Right.
Coast. It's late.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I
it's
hate
nearly
them.
10 o'clock and they're like, hey, I have to go to work or whatever. Can I fall? You know, so it's in the morning, you
Yeah.
know, and
Yeah.
then by that time they've got to go to work. And then it's like, okay, well, you know, if I can get them to the Zoom, but then that's where I lose them.
Yeah. I think the follow-up piece is still important because if we can't set that time, say you called them, right? And they said, oh, it's food for thought, right? And
Yeah.
they're like, well, what did you like best about it though? Instead of make sure you're saying, what did you like best about what you saw? Make sure you're not saying, what did you think?
No,
What
I
did you
always
think
ask
about
them
it?
what excited them most about it.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
she said, the money, one of
She
them said
did?
the money excited her and the savings.
Okay. So
And so
if she
that's
said the
when I was,
money,
yeah,
if she said
that's
the
when I was
money,
trying to get her on a call after that.
right, right. If she says the money, right, then you want to say, would you like to know how you can really make some money with this? And I can show you how. That's when we're going to show them. We're going to get them on a three-way, or we're going to get them on a Zoom and take them through the comp plan and show them how they can make money with it.
and like I
But
said,
it's just a follow-up piece. It's just keep following up.
the
Just keep following up and just try to get them on a Zoom.
Yeah.
Like Sarah said that if, you know, if they, you know, can't see the whole entire Zoom, like one of them I had couldn't see the whole entire Zoom. She missed the whole section about world tours, which she was interested in travel.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, if you would have just stayed on like 5 or 10 minutes longer, you would have gotten that. So I sent her the
Okay.
video
Yeah.
that Sarah did on the world tours. And now she's just kind of ghosted me. So it's patience. I know. I've been
Mhm.
doing this long enough. I know.
Yeah.
But I'm just
And
like, I don't want to keep bugging her
right.
and push her because she's in a networking company as well. So I know she's
Mhm.
busy working it too.
Okay. Why is she
But
in
I'm
that
like,
one?
how long should I wait? Maybe a
Right.
day?
Right. So we know
Mm.
that the Zoom presentations are running almost an hour, right? We all
Oh,
know that,
really?
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So set the expectation up front for them. Hey,
Okay.
this is going to be an hour long. Do you have time for that? An hour? If not, I have a short video that I can send you that pretty much goes over all of it. 10 minutes, 20 minutes. See?
And that's the comp
Excited.
and the
We're excited because we got
presentation.
them on the Zoom. We're excited because they said yes, but we didn't have the right expectation for them when they got on there. They thought maybe it was going to be 15, 20 minutes, and now it's an hour. Now their filter's gone. They can't hear anything or they jump off. But if you said it's going to be an hour long, do you think you can watch it? It's a Zoom. It's
Okay.
very thorough.
Yeah,
but
another
it's,
thing I was thinking about is Sarah always says, are you someone who likes a lot of details or do you just want short and sweet? And based on that determines what you can send them or what you can invite them to.
that's great. I like
Exactly. That's great. That's great stuff. Yeah. But there again, it's the expectation up front. See what Kelly just did, what we just said. You set the expectation up front with them. They can't be on there for an hour, but they can sure be on there for 10 or 20 minutes. We're finding out how long they can give it. And then you follow up with them.
Yeah, because a lot of people
Yeah.
have kids or who knows.
Yeah.
We have a million things. We have in America, I think we have too many distractions.
So if
Oh my
we
gosh.
do Zooms for our team, say, we want to do a presentation Zoom for our team itself, we have
Absolutely.
to go by the corporate one that everybody does, correct?
Correct.
slides.
You have to use their slides unless you
Okay.
submit what you're going to do to corporate.
Okay, that's what I thought. They had changed everything.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Sarah just said she and Jeremy are gonna start doing meetings, and I know Randy is also.
Yeah.
wanting-
Yeah, I know she's gonna start probably soon. I'm so excited and I can't wait.
Guys,
You can-
we got some
Me
momentum
too.
going.
You can create your own. You can create your own. You just can't use their name.
Yeah.
You can't put Trevorium anywhere on anything. So if you want to create your own little
No, I'd rather
Zoom
just use
or
their
you
slides, but we
can.
don't have to use every one of their slides, do we?
No.
No.
I mean, if you
No.
want to cut it a little short and just show the basics,
Yes.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, you
not
can-
like
you
so
can cut it.
elaborate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They just
And
want
the-
everybody
Cool.
singing from the same hymn book because we are a global company.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And other people from other countries that have said things that are not true. So they just want it to be
Mhm.
uniform and standard across all countries. And I think that's perfect because that's what we
Good. I
need.
like that. And
Yeah.
I'll be so happy when you start doing some Sarah.
It's coming
Yep.
soon.
I think
Message me
everybody,
on
there's
the
a lot of
Zoom.
them. Sarah's going to be doing hers. Stacy's going to be doing hers. Hillary's going to be doing hers. And Barb, I'm sure. I'm going to be doing one on Saturdays. So, I mean, we
Mhm.
guys, we got some momentum going here, but we're coming up on an hour. We don't want to take more than that. But who else has a question? Somebody else got to have a
Vicky
question.
had a question.
Vicky. Welcome back,
Yes.
Vicky Rojas.
Yeah. I'm glad to be back. I missed you guys.
We missed you too.
I was asking about like what do you guys find is the best way to kind of keep track for the follow-up? Like, do you just use a notebook? Do you use is there a specific planner that you guys have, found that works really well? Or, because that for me, the organization is going to be the big thing to get me going again. I mean, I've got notebooks that I can go back to, my names and, my people that I've contacted and people that I've already talked to about it. But what do you recommend as far as that goes?
I thought Barb had one of the best ideas I've ever heard of. You want to come on, Barb?
If you have an iPhone, I'm not familiar with the Android, but if you have an iPhone, you have a little app in there called Notes. And literally I create all these little notes in there, like Trevorium videos, and then I have my follow-up, my contacts, like I love my notes. I have so many notes in there. I have even stuff in there for like book ideas, trips that I want to take. Like I use notes all the time and it's with me all the time. So if I have something that just comes up, I just go right into my notes, plug it in.
You also had a Google thing.
Oh, so the link, I'm terrible with paper. I end up losing paper. So I have my Google Calendar. And what I did is when I play 21, every day I go in to my calendar, create an event, and I put a chain link and I turn it blue. And then every day it looks like I'm chaining up my links. They're all linked up and it shows that I've completed it. And then I use my notes of people that I followed up with and talked with. And it seems to work really well for me because I lose paper.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
excellent.
That looks really
Those are
cool
great.
on your calendar.
Yeah. And it does look cool. I've seen your calendar. It sure does. Do you have an iPhone, Vicky?
No, I'm an Android,
You're on the dark
but I
side.
need to get a new phone.
Hey, but you know
I
what?
know, right?
Your Android has calendar on it, correct?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay.
So
This
if you
is
have
how- this is-
emojis,
Yeah.
Technical person, Vicky, or are you more like old school like me, write it down, you have maybe paper or something or a notebook, which is easier for you?
It's easier for me if I write it down. I
Okay.
like to have it. Yeah.
When I first started, I had a system before the one I have currently. And like the little 3x5 note cards or the 4x6 ones that you have that you can just write a little bit of information on. Like
Like
you used to
this,
use the
Stacy?
flashcards and stuff, you know? You know what I'm
A
talking about?
recipe box,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
And
just like this.
you have I can't see, hold on.
You take 3x5 cards, and you put them in a recipe box like this, and you number it 1 through 30 You
Yes.
pull out a card when you're talking to somebody and you write down all their information. And when they tell you, hey, check back with me on the 4th, you take
Mhm.
that, you put your notes in it, and you slip it back to the 4th. And when the 3rd comes,
Oh,
before you go to
I like
bed,
that.
you flip to
Yeah.
the 4th and you're like, ah, there they are. I was supposed to follow up with them. So this is one of those ways that you can do, like
Yeah.
if you need
I
to
like
write
that.
it down and stuff. And it's
And
just a
then
little
every
recipe
day you
box.
know who you're going to follow up with because you've got them in that date. So you pull all those
Yeah.
cards out for that date or the day before, like you said, and you're like, oh, I've got to follow up with these people. And if, some people are really good about doing that. There are apps you can do, but they cost you monthly to do. With another company I have, we have a thing called Teamsy, and it'll let you put names in and information, and it just populates who, and you can kind of do a schedule of follow up,
Can you put that
but
in the chat?
yeah, it's hard to set up unless you already have a company that set it up that
How
you can go with. It's $20 a month to do it. So if you're just trying to learn something simple that's cost effective, the recipe box thing is awesome.
Yeah.
And then you have a note card on everybody and you can write notes on it, like,
Yeah, just
that
find
kind of
what works
stuff.
for you guys and just do. Just
Very
Yeah.
But I mean,
simple.
if
there's no
you're
one way.
if you've got a lot and you want to get in, I can put it's Teamsy is what it's called. But like I said, the company I'm with, other company I'm with, I have it set up with them, and then I put different people for different things. But it costs me $20 a month. But if you're not with the company, it's $30 a month, I believe. Yes, that's it, Sarah, Teamsy. So
Yeah.
that's a good follow-up system, but for someone, just having the paper, it's right there. The only bad thing is when you travel or something, you got to carry that whole box with you.
That's right. That's right. So what you
I
might
don't write
do,
any credit card information or social security numbers or anything important
Yeah,
on those cards in
right.
case you lose them.
Right. Yeah, I get that.
And
Yeah.
here's something on your phones. I don't care if you're on the dark side like you are there, Vicky, or you have an iPhone. The calendar function is so handy for your follow-ups because you can set alarms on it. Okay, so then when you get up the next morning and you see it's the 5th or it's the 10th and you hit the 10th on your calendar and there's a dot there and like, oh, I got to follow up at 2 o'clock. I got to follow up at 5 o'clock. You know what I mean?
Okay.
If you got this with you all the time anyway, use the calendar function. I use it all the time to do my 3-ways, and Hillary can attest to this. When I have a meeting with someone, I'll just hit the date. I'll put who it's with, what it's about. I'll put the time in there. I'll set 2 alarms, one usually an hour before, one maybe 15 minutes before. And so when I get up in the morning on that day, I just hit that and I'm like, oh, I got 3 today, I got 2 today. And you can keep it with you. And if you'll set the alarms on it, an hour before it goes off, you're like, oh yeah, I've got that call coming up, and you know what I mean? So this is with you all the time. That first thing I do is I go here to set my appointments on the calendar here, and then I'll back it up either on the paper or somewhere else. But if you
And I
got this
like
with you all
color.
the time anyway, yeah, color, absolutely.
When you can color code it on your calendar, it looks so pretty.
Yeah,
You have a screen?
absolutely.
That'd be fun to see that.
I will say that I did trial that Teamsy app, and I think they gave you like a 7-day trial. It was really cool. I may actually go back to that eventually, but I love the recipe box holder too. That's fantastic, especially when you're getting to know somebody. You can write that information about them so that when you do follow up, you remember the person stuff too. So all great ideas.
Yeah, I think it's just for those of us like Sarah has been at this 20 years, Barb. I mean, you're going to fall into, if you just keep doing this on a daily basis, if you keep playing 21 every day, you're going to realize, okay, I need a better follow-up system, and you're going to find one that will work for you.
Right.
But if you're not doing the work, if you're not playing 21 every day, if you're not having more conversations, then it doesn't matter what kind of follow-up system you have, right? It doesn't even matter. You need to have the conversations that will drive the appointments, right? And if you're just playing 21, I'm just reaching out and connecting with people. I'm just having conversations. I'm not reaching out to get you to join my business. If that happens, great, because we're talking. Gives me an opportunity to invite you. Now I put you on the calendar. I had to have the conversation first, right? To set an invitation, conversation to invitation, to take a look, to follow up, to sign up. Boom, 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 boom. So you will find a follow-up system that will work for you if you're playing 21 every day, because you're going to realize I've got all these names building up and follow-up times. How do I do it? You will find one that will
Mhm.
work for you. But if you don't have any, if you're not talking to anybody, you're not setting any appointments, you're not doing any invitations, what good's a follow-up system? I mean, right? Really? So,
Yeah,
great,
21 is easy, guys. 21 is
question.
so easy. Since I've been doing it, it's made a huge difference in my calendar and the people that I'm talking to and the relationships that I'm creating. And it just works because I don't have that pressure of getting an enrollment. Now I'm just connecting, and if it pops up, great. And now and that's what happened with my friend. I have 2 friends that I've been talking to forever and ever and ever and ever, and I just been connecting with them and connecting with them. And I just went out and listened to a band, and she says, I want to hear more about it. And I mean, it's just connecting. Let go
Yeah.
of the enrollment and just connect.
Yeah. Yeah. Detach from the outcome completely, even with the invitation. You're excited about it, but detach from the outcome. No, they're not going to watch it, and just be ready. You know?
Do I have time to share something?
Yeah, go ahead, Renee.
Okay, so I was gone on an incentive trip, me and my husband, right? And I set my goal to talk to someone in every state we went to, 3 people.
Awesome.
Georgia, I didn't get to do because we just drove straight through. But what happened in Tennessee, I found a real great coffee shop because that's what I do. And I had a little bit of coffee left, and I had been talking to these 3 gentlemen at the pool. Well, I was in the elevator and I dropped my coffee. It went everywhere. And I'm the only one on there, and the door opens, and there's a whole group of people. And among the
Oh,
people
no.
were the 3 gentlemen. And I go, I'm so sorry, you guys. You're going to have to take the other elevator. My coffee just jumped right out of my hand. I don't know why. And they were laughing and stuff. And they go, that's the travel lady. And he goes, is it okay if I add some other people to your Facebook? You know, can they friend you? Because I told them all about the travel and they're interested in it. So that just goes to show that sometimes they go ahead and they're talking about it even after you gave them the spill and everything. And so I looked at him, I said, yes, I would love that. Thank you so much. And I said, but don't forget that I'm going to be following up with you on Tuesday.
Oh, that's awesome, Renee. What a win. That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
So I did set my goal, and I did every state we went into. I talked to at least 3 people, if not more. I had to push myself to do that
Yeah.
because you're on vacation, you're having fun with your family. But I made sure I took the time to find that each opportunity in every state. But I just wanted to share with you guys a little bit of that, to always just, talk. And I did have to slow myself down because I do get excited. And so
Mm-hmm.
that's
Mm-hmm.
where that video slows me down. I'll say, I don't know everything, but I got a video. I have a video. It's only 10 minutes. Would you be willing to watch it? Ever since I've been saying that, I've slowed myself down to not talk too much.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's awesome, Renee. That's awesome. I mean, that's a huge win. That's a huge win. On the backside of those invitations, guys, don't forget to do it. Don't forget to say, if I sent you this 10-minute video to watch, when do you think you could watch it for sure? And they'll say, oh, it's 10 minutes long. I can watch it now, or whatever. Great. If I give you a ring back here in like 15 minutes, then you'll have seen it for sure. They'll say, yeah. Ring, ring. Just calling you back. Renee, the travel lady. Like I said I would. I really want to know what you like best about what you saw. Ah, I didn't watch it. No problem. Happens to me too. It's riding the bike, guys. It's doing the push-ups. If you'll do it over and over, before long, you'll realize I'm doing it the same way with every single person. And my percentages are going up, you know, of people watching and getting back to me and actually watching, because I got excited and I got them invited, but I did the work to make sure that I followed up with them when I said I would, knowing they weren't going to watch it. And I was ready because I was detached from the outcome, like Barb said, like everybody said. I'm detached from the outcome. No problem. When do you think you can watch it? For sure, for sure. Right? Laugh, even laugh on the phone. They'll laugh with you. No problem. I'll watch it such and such, and you follow up back with them again. Does anybody else have a question? Because it's an hour and 15 minutes and we're trying to keep this under an hour. Does anybody else have a question or a challenge or a win? I know everybody has challenges. Everybody has them. One of the things we wanted to make sure was that the people that aren't raising their hand have an opportunity to raise their hand here on this with our group. So there's no dumb questions. There's no, you know, if you failed, we are going to celebrate you this week. If you failed, I failed this week, right? I know other people must have failed this week. Congratulations. You know what it's done? Before we get off of here, we cannot get off here without pre-celebrating Sarah and Jeremy Pease. They are this close, literally one, I think, away from hitting ambassador, guys. And that's partially because of the excitement and the energy that we're bringing. Remember,
Awesome. Congratulations.
from the bottom.
So exciting.
And
Thank
as
you.
all-
And
the
you
fire's
know what?
rising.
I mean, teamwork makes the dream work. You guys are all a part of this. You know, we're all a part of this together. And tomorrow we may be there, you guys. So congratulations to all of you. And that puts even more of a fire underneath of our belly to help you guys accomplish whatever goals that you want to accomplish. And I know there's a lot of people on here that want to be ambassador. So we're ready to run with you guys. I mean, this is exciting.
Oh, you're always there to help us.
Yes.
Always.
As
Always.
always, we're so grateful for your friendship, for your leadership, and I think you guys getting to ambassador validates that Americans can do it. We don't have to.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to reach out to us, you guys. I mean, if you have a question, I mean, reach out. You know, we're here. I mean, if somebody messages me, I'm usually messaging them back about 30 seconds later, as long as I'm not at a doctor's appointment or therapy appointment or something.
Oh, you even messaged me at your doctor's appointment over the
I
weekend.
do.
Yes, you always message right back.
Well, I appreciate you guys. And Randy, thank you so much for this incredible training tonight. Hillary, thank you. Barb, thank you to everybody that has shared. And we're blessed to be doing this, all of us together.
Yes, we sure
And
are.
that's one thing you got to tell somebody. If they want to join, you're with a good group and everybody's here to help you. Because people feel like they're going to be on their own.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's huge.
Absolutely, Brenda. That is huge. And that's a part of that little welcome call we're going to go into next week called the Freedom Call. We sent 30 minutes. We are going to make them feel so good that they joined our group. You know, we're going to make them feel so good at the decision that they made that we're going to be here for them. So I'm excited about that.
Sometimes that's all they're looking for is just a community and support.
Yeah.
Yes. I wouldn't have joined if I
Absolutely.
didn't know I was going to have support.
Same here.
Yeah, same. I joined because Sarah and Jeremy are just amazing people.
Same.
Me too. Me
You
too.
know, right, Kelly?
I got a win. I got a last minute win.
Awesome.
Okay. Have you noticed lately that I haven't really been around? Things
Yes.
have gotten chaotic. Well, guess
Yes.
what? I put in my resignation letter to this crazy company, and I've already got a job offer that I'm starting in 2 weeks. So you'll
Oh,
see
that's-
more of me. You'll
That's
see more of
awesome.
me.
Fantastic.
I felt so disconnected, and now I get to reconnect. So,
Yeah.
woohoo!
Super excited for you.
And
I
I
know how that
retire
went.
May 2026.
All right, Brenda. Awesome. Congratulations.
That's what
Yep.
I want to do Travorium full time.
There you go. You want to retire from your work and retire into your passion.
Yes.
My husband and I are retiring at the same time.
Oh man,
He's
celebration.
retiring early.
Right
Lord.
on.
Might be good, might be
Oh.
bad.
I know Jeannie wants to have it. I don't know if she's ready this year or maybe a couple years.
Yeah. All right. Did anybody else want to say anything before we got off of here? Janet, Eartha, I mean, Lori, does anybody have anything they want to say before we jump off of here?
I know Lori has some wins. I don't know if Lori Bruce is still on, but
Jeannie?
I would like to say something. I want to introduce myself first of all. My name is Marquita, and I was recruited, kind of sort of recruited by Sarah. I saw all the stuff she was doing on posting and everything a couple years ago, and finally sort of like got into it. And just recently, I started becoming more involved with everything. And I think this might only be my second Monday that I've gotten onto, but I've definitely been more, like I said, more involved, and I'm really more excited about things right now. And I watched a training by Harlan this weekend, and he was talking about the parties, the travel parties, and I made a flyer and I scheduled the party, and I sent out 7 invitations. I have 3 confirmed people coming to the party in a couple of weeks. So I'm like super excited. Sarah has really been helping out a lot, and she's great. She's an inspiration and motivating, and I'm just really excited about everything. I can't wait to get, I like the way Sarah says, I just want to shout it from the rooftops, and that's exactly how I've been. So, yeah, I'm excited to be here, and I can't wait to get to know everybody better.
Well, congratulations. I'm excited for you.
So excited.
Excited. I know I heard Cynthia, since that call, is now going to do meetings in her shop. So I think a lot of people really got an aha from the Saturday call. So if you haven't had a chance to hear it, please go back and listen. It was amazing. I'm like, I get off those calls and just say, pinch me. This is my life. I get so excited.
I just want to share just maybe like 10 seconds or so because I feel like this is very important. If you guys are deciding to possibly do in-home home parties, make sure you have an incentive for your guests to attend. And this was something that Cynthia had said to me, and I had shared with Marquita. So what we're going to do is anybody that shows up to the party, we are going to gift them that Travel Plus site. So they're going to have access to that for an entire year. So that's really a blessing for us to be able to have that at our fingertips, to be able to give to people after they've seen the entire platform, because we want them to know everything that we do have at our fingertips. I mean, now it's like what, 6 platforms? So I had to throw that in there.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
Do that.
That's fantastic. Guys, when you're doing your parties and stuff too, just keep in the back of your mind, have you ever been invited to a party, maybe on false pretenses? And then you got there and maybe you were a little bit let down. Maybe you got there and you were there because you wanted to see this travel business and stuff like that. But you're seeing Sarah up there all excited and presenting, or you're seeing Randy, or you're seeing Hillary or somebody, or Barb or Brenda up there, or Marquita, and she's up there sharing, and you're thinking to yourself, yeah, I could never do that. I can't get up and do this. Just make sure when you do your parties and stuff, guys, let your people know that are invited there, hey, you don't have to do this. We just thought this would be fun. We're doing this because we think it's fun. There's a ton of ways you can build this business. This is a fun way. If you want to do it this way, fantastic. We'll help you and we'll show you. But just make sure people know that they don't have to do the business one way. They don't have to fit in the, they say that most people would rather die than speak in public. They would not get up. David Hart himself, our owner, for 3 years, 3 years, he would not get up and do the presentation. He had to have somebody else do it, right? So guys, if it took him 3 years to get going and stuff, that could happen for anybody. But Harlan and the parties and Sarah's done so many events and stuff. We just have a ton of people here that have tons of experience that can help with those things. Just make sure they feel invited and excited about it, but they don't have to do it the way you're doing it. Just enjoy the process, enjoy coming to the party, have fun. they'll do it for you, right? Sarah will do a party and, you know,
Can I talk?
yeah.
Okay, so I'm getting a lot of numbers, but it's actually in the airport, so I can't really
That's what you were
follow up.
saying.
I can ask the question, and if they say, okay, I'll let you know if I have any questions. So I really can't follow up because I could get fired over it because they got my name.
Mm, yeah, yeah. Can you follow up after hours though?
Since they have my name, I'm not sure they could make a complaint that I'm soliciting.
Okay. But they gave you their phone number?
Yeah. Yeah, they get in touch with me. I don't get in touch with them.
Yeah,
I give them my phone number and then they get in touch.
yeah,
So
Well,
I
you
am
know-
getting numbers.
yeah. I don't know. It's kind of a sticky situation, right? You got to know
Right.
that you got to know the rules for your work site
Right.
when you're trying to share your business at work. So,
But I've been thinking because the apartment I live in, they have like a little a big, I don't know, like what do you call those halls?
community center? Oh,
Yeah.
community center? Yeah.
So
Outstanding.
I've been I want to find out how much it is to rent it out and do slideshows. So where do you get the slides at?
Well, the slides you can get in your back office. When
Okay.
you go to the training site, when you
Yeah.
go to the training tab, the slides are there.
Okay.
You can
Okay.
use that. There's a number of ways you can get the slides. Todd, you could get Todd to send you the slides in an email. But the
Okay.
easiest way is just go to the training tab and download it. And now you'll have the slides and hook your computer up. Maybe hook up the HDMI to the screen in the community room.
Okay.
Just hook it right to it and just use your laptop and just go slide, 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 right
Yeah.
through them that way. But,
And you guys could even have like a couple of us come on and share a testimony too onto Zoom. Lori,
Uh-huh.
not only where you are at, but if anybody on here is doing something like that, that's definitely something that we can do as well.
Okay.
awesome.
Sounds good.
Well, guys, we're approaching an hour and a half. We keep trying to keep these short, but because they're training, I think it's better. Obviously, if we had a guest on here, that would be way too long. But because it's training, we get to ask questions and stuff. But
Does
yeah, go
anybody-
ahead, Stacy.
Does anybody have a cheat sheet with all the benefits we have? Like,
one-page synopsis of everything that we have to offer.
like a one-page thing?
Yep.
I mean,
I
We
sure
have-
do.
Yes,
you?
we did have one at one time. I
I
think it
sure
was,
do.
yeah.
I'll
Can-
share it in Hillary's group. I still have it. I also have like what I've been doing because for me, I know what works for me. I've been doing network marketing for over 20 years, so I know what works for me. And Zooms don't work for me. Doing travel parties don't work for me. It's just too many people. It's just too much. I can't connect with everybody. I like to connect with one-on-one. And so I even created just a generic little brochure. And so I actually present from the brochure and then they have something to take home. So I can share
Fantastic.
that. And
I
that's
like
just
that.
for our group. I don't want it. It doesn't have Trevorium on it. It doesn't have anything. It just has all the little bullet points of information. And it's just a really quick little, like I use it several times and literally I could present from the brochure in like 15 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Fantastic. I think you ought to do a training on that.
Sharing.
Really? The way you use it, is it like a trifold?
Yes, it's a trifold front and back.
Perfect, perfect.
Yeah. And it's very generic. There's no names. So my team can print them off and they can write their name on it or staple a business card to it, whatever. It seems to work really good for me. I do use videos. Me personally, I don't use Zooms. For me, it doesn't work. People don't like to stay on them. They're just too long. if someone's out of state, I'll do a one-on-one Zoom and I'll get on there for like 20, 30 minutes and we're off. Like I keep it short and sweet to the point.
Gotcha. Well, if you don't mind sharing that, that would be awesome. I'd really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, most definitely. I'll share both the brochures and the brochure, which is front and back, and then I'll share the quick little synopsis sheet. It's one sheet. It's very plain. There's no trivorium or anything. It's just a very plain, like bullet style, outline style.
Okay. I'm
Sounds
not
great.
in Hillary's group, but I can message you personally or something, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, guys, thank you so much. I hate to keep going, but if you guys have side questions throughout the week and like this burning question, definitely group message the group and we'll all help you. This is not the only opportunity, but we want to work together and help each other get to be ambassadors as quickly as possible, like Sarah and
For
Jeremy.
sure. For sure. So guys, keep saying this mantra, play 21 so you can ABC, then 1, 2, 3. Play 21 so you can ABC, then 1, 2, 3. Play 21 so I can ABC, then 1, 2, 3. If you keep that in mind as a concept, I think you're going to drive your conversations up and our invitations will go up and then our follow-ups will go up and then our sign-ups will go up. It's just boom, boom, boom. It's simple.
It only takes a couple people to,
Yeah.
and it starts exploding and it's just so much fun.
Well, Marquita, thanks for coming on. It was nice to meet you tonight. We can't wait to see your success. And you have certainly saddled to the right people. Sarah and Jeremy Pease and everybody here has your best interests at heart. Everybody on here, thank you for investing your time with us tonight. Excited.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Good night.
Yes,
Night.
Good
thank
night,
you,
everybody.
Hillary, Barbara, everyone. Thank you so